with you specifically and the IG Live bits that you're doing and kind of workshopping your comedy routines, you mentioned that, this is a side of comedy that, normally we don't get to see how the sausage gets made, essentially.
Right.
So, for you, what's it been like kind of, opening back the curtain for folks and letting them get a firsthand glimpse at what this process is like for you and some of your comedian friends?
The thing that's funny, if you go back and watch one of the clips on my page from Ali Sadiq, or you go on Mike Birbiglia's Instagram page, and you can see clips of him talking to John Mulaney and Sarah Silverman and many, many others. As the comments scroll up the screen, you'll see people contributing jokes and tags and extra punchlines. And that part of it was something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect people to start catching on and go, oh, you can say this and move this here and then say that. And it's cool because, people get to see these are the conversations that comedians have, kind of off the clock. I would say that, well, it's not a fair comparison, but the only other show that does it right, and we're not even close, but the only other show that does it right, I would say, is Seinfeld with comedians in cars getting coffee, which definitely captures how comedians hang out. What we're doing on Instagram Live is just showing how comedians create.
And is this, now that you've kind of got a flavor for it, I know in one of your clips you said that, the live thing on Instagram Live wasn't something that you were really interested in before doing this, but now having gotten a little bit of a taste of it, do you think this is something that you might continue once we get out of pandemic land?
Yeah, it might be something fun to explore once a month, just to see, just as a fun thing. The other thing with comedians, though, is that it's very difficult to decide on what to do with this because you don't want anyone to see the joke in its infancy. You want the joke to be presented in its final form. And that's the thing that's difficult about comedy. Comedy is the only genre of entertainment that's created in front of the consumer. Like singers and movies and dancers and Broadway, it's all rehearsed in a dark, secluded place. It's shot on a closed set, and then you see the final product. Whereas with comedians, you have to see us build it. That's why this originally, when I was talking with Birbiglia, the original idea was to just share jokes that we know we couldn't do anymore. For me, I had a joke about how, I had jokes about the debate and the election. Totally no one cares about that anymore. We don't even know if we're going to have a convention. We don't even know if we'll have debates. We don't even know if there'll be a general in the same traditional sense. So a joke like that, you just got to throw that on the back burner. If anything, it's stale until 4 years from now, when we're looking for another president.
And kind of circling back now to tipyourwaitstaff.com and the purpose of the fundraiser, in building these, have you had a chance to really kind of talk with some of the folks that are going to be benefiting from this and kind of get a sense of, how they're doing right now and how they're kind of trying to make it at this point?
We've only spoken, myself, I can't speak for Mike Birbiglia, but myself, I've only spoken to the club owners and the bookers. I have not spoken with any of the staff specifically. I'm good friends with one of the managers of the DC Improv in Washington, DC, and we spoke briefly. But as far as reaching out to the staff on a one-by-one basis, we haven't done that. We're not sure of the tactfulness of that, because we don't know all of these people, and we want to make sure that, that they just know that someone has their back, and you don't necessarily have to put a name or face to it. We'll get the money to the club managers and to the bookers, and they'll make sure that everyone gets it. And for us, that's enough, because if that can get them through and we can get on the other side of this and get the clubs open back up, then you have good people that are still there working in that building, helping bring laughter.